riding together. Shout out to everybody that's making your way in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Before we start the show, I'm going to go ahead and share it to everybody. If you are in YouTube world, please hit the follow button, the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the post notifications, that little bell, so you can get post notifications whenever we put any videos up. If you are live over here on BIGO, in BIGO land, do the same thing. Hit the follow button as well. Hit the subscribe button, the follow button, like, hit the heart, tap, tap, and share it for me to your Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, whatever the fuck you got, whatever social media you got, share it for me as well. Do that for me. I'll give you guys a minute before we get to the show. We got a lot of stuff to get to today, a lot of stuff to get to. I got a good show for you guys. We're going to talk about some things, and want you guys to get ready for it. So go ahead and do them things for me. If you are in the building, hit the like button. Hello, Lady CC. I see you in the building. Hello, Lady CC. See you in the building. I see people making their way over here on BIGO as well. Hello, hello. What's up? See people making their way over here on this site that I cannot say. Hello, hello. I see you making your way over here as well. The U site. What up, you people? All my people from the U. I see you guys. Let's go ahead and share it again. Shout out to the people that's making your way in the building. Hello, hello. If you can, please share it to all social media platforms. Please do that for me. The more people to share it, the more people to come in, the better the show is. Sharing is caring. So if you can do that for me, I would really appreciate it. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? You know I don't like dead air, so while we're waiting on me to share it and people to make their way in the building, I'm going to let you guys listen to a song that I have produced and recorded and mastered, a song from one of my friends. Let's go ahead and listen to the song. By the time I finish with the song, I have everything shared. This is a brand new song that we just put out maybe a couple of months ago. If you don't know where to find it, you can go ahead and find it on iTunes, Apple Music, and it's on SoundCloud and on other social media platforms. The name of the song is called No Love, and it's by a young guy from Atlanta, a really talented guy. Check him out. His name is Joshua. Go follow him right now on all social medias. Let's get it. It's called No Love. Yeah. No trust can make this thing work between us. Girl, I wanted to give you whatever you need, but you had to walk away from me, girl. Disappointed in me, I'm not who you want me to be. So now I gotta pack my
she leaving, I still kiss your ass, still hold you tight. Do whatever you like, but girl, it's only for tonight. Girl, I give it that sex, you know you do it right. Girl, we both know that it's wrong, but you know it feels so right. So you grab my head, cause you know that I'm gon' fight you. Don't control your legs, cause I know just what you like with no love.
I see you in the building. What up, Queen?
No love, 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 no
I see you over there, Christine, in the building. I see you, Love Muffin, over here. I see you guys. What up?
What you know about love? What you know about love? What you know about love? Love is so complicated. I know she gon' leave me hanging when I'm there on my own, and no one at home. I hate being alone. Can you say that again? Cry for me, girl. Die for me, girl. What you know about love? 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 Oh, love. No love, 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 no
We're gonna get to the show in about 2 minutes, y'all. Let's get it. If you want to go find that right now, what up, Jess? What up, baby? What up, baby? What up? What up? If you want to find that song, if you want to find out who the artist is, go to SoundCloud / The Listen Doctor. You can find out that music right now, or you can go to Apple Music and find that music on the website as well. www.listendoctor.com. You can go find it right now. If you want to get that song, the name of the song is No Love by my dude. You dig? You'll find that right now on all platforms. But we're going to get into the show. That's why you guys here. I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer because I got some other stuff to do. So let's go ahead and get into it with the theme song. Let's go.
Let's get educated. Let's get educated. Let's get educated. Bitch, I'm hella hated. I'm hella hated. Let's get educated. Let's get educated. Let's educated. Bitch, I'm hella here. I'm hella here. Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Listen Doctor Radio, and I'm bringing you guys a brand new show today, and I am brought to you by YouTube, Anchor Radio, and Spotify, and you already know what this is. We are the Listen Doctor Radio.
Wow, what's good? You already know what it is. Your boy, the Listen Doctor Radio, aka the Listen Doctor, aka Fat Boy, aka the Doc, aka your boy with the plan. We got a brand new show today for you guys, man. I got some stuff for you guys to talk about. A friend of mine on social media platforms sent me some article. She sent me some literature, and she wanted me to check this story out. And I did a story like this a couple of months ago when I talked about it briefly, but I didn't have really all the context to it. But today I want to talk about some stuff that she asked me to talk about. And if you are a concerned parent, or if you have children of any sort, you will want to watch this story. And let's go ahead and shout out to the people on Instagram right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I am live right now on Instagram, getting ready to talk to you guys about a story that I have really dear to my heart. It's a story that I care about, that I want to talk to you guys about, and that's about how to protect our kids, our babies, our children, our young adults out there. If you feel like the story it's interested into you and you want to join the story, go ahead and hit that like button. Follow me on right now over here on YouTube. And you can follow me on the website, thelistendoctor.com, thelistendoctor.com. Hit the little bell that says online, and you'll be able to watch the show from there as well. We have so many sites that you can watch us at. Not just one. If you can't get on YouTube because you don't know your password, you can go to the website. You can go to the website, you can go to Facebook if you can't get me over there. If you can get me anywhere. So that's the thing of what we got to do. Let's go ahead and follow me and make sure you watch the show. Today's show is about how do we protect our kids in today's lifetime. The reason why I'm doing this story is a couple of reasons. Some stuff happened, and a young lady texted me some stuff she wanted me to talk about. What happened to a young lady, a young baby, a young child, or a young teenager in a school. We're going to watch the story what happened to this young student in Georgia's high school. What happened to this Georgia student in her high school when she confronted her school by recording, ladies and gentlemen. She recorded a hallway full of kids with no masks on at school, where they said they were supposed to mandate that every student would have to have a mask to go back to school because of the corona. She took a video showing that no one had masks on, including the teachers. And this young lady was fearful that she could catch corona one day. She didn't want to spread it to her house. She didn't want to spread it to her family and her loved ones. So she actually said something about it. She was suspended for 5 days because of that. And I want to ask you guys, was that right of them to suspend this teenager for a concern that everyone in America has right now, corona? Let's go ahead and watch this video. Watch it. Let me know how you feel about it. Let's go.
A student at North Paulding High School received an outpouring of support after she said she was suspended for sharing a photo of students packed in the hallways there. This is the photo, and this baby went viral. It was everywhere. It drew a lot of criticism for the school district too, though. 15-year-old Hannah Waters says she shared it because she was concerned for her safety and her classmates. She didn't expect to be handed a 5-day suspension over it. The school district claimed she violated several school policies about the use of phones and social media during school hours. They say she also recorded underage students without permission. Hannah says she didn't realize she was breaking any rules.
I was mostly anxious and nervous and scared because this virus is very serious, obviously. So I took that picture out of concern for the county and all the kids there and all the teachers and staff. I do feel like the suspension, they piled on multiple offenses because every kid uses their cell phone during school.
But today, Waters tweeted that her suspension has been deleted and that she can return to class on Monday. She also thanked her supporters. In response to those concerns from parents and students, the state school superintendent is clarifying some of its safety guidelines for Georgia's school districts. Today, he released a statement saying in part that while masks are not mandated by the state, local school districts should encourage them in places where social distancing is difficult. They also have the authority to require masks just like they would enforce a dress code policy. And he says that while disciplinary decisions are up to the district, he says he asks those schools to make sure students are not penalized for expressing their concerns. If you have questions, and we know you do, about schools' COVID-19 safety policies, our team has created a database for you that will help you out. It includes things like if temperature checks or masks are required. You can find it in our story.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get right into that. Me as a father, as a young man, as a young adult, as a man, if I had a child and my child was forced to have to go back to school, because in Georgia, ladies and gentlemen, they're giving parents no reason for their kids to stay home. In Georgia and Atlanta, Georgia, they are mandating that every student was back in school. If your student or your child has to have homeschool, they are mandated that your child does that. And that happened. On the first day, your child goes back. She sees nobody with masks on. She's the only person with a mask on. And she's saying to herself, we can catch this fucking virus. I can bring this back to my loved ones. So I'm going to record it so I can show my parents. And your child gets suspended. They always tell us, and we always told our kids to stand up, right? If you see something that's out of context and it should be going on, stand up. If somebody's being bullied, stand up. That's exactly what this little girl did. She stood up. And she was suspended. They lifted it. They lifted the fucking suspension because the video went viral. If the video wouldn't have went viral, she would have still been suspended for 5 days for telling the truth. Teachers wasn't wearing masks. Students wasn't wearing masks. But I'm supposed to put my child in your hands, believing that my child won't come home with the coronavirus. What would have happened if her parents was not responsible to let their kid go to school with a mask, and she would have came home with the coronavirus and got her family sick? What would have happened then? We tell our kids to go to school. We tell our kids to respect their authority. We tell our kids to not do certain things. But the school had a reason to make sure that every student had a mask on, the same way they make sure every student has their uniform on. But it didn't get solved. They didn't act like it was important for every student to have a mask on. And that's where I ask you guys, do you feel like it's warranted for this child to have a fucking suspension where she clearly says everybody in the school has a phone? Even when I was in high school, they would tell us don't bring our phones to school, but we did. The teacher would be right there texting on her phone in the class. We entrust these schools to be a safe haven for our kids. And 9 times out of the 10, it is the place where your child is being abused. It's the place where your child is being physically, mentally, and verbally abused. And they feel like they can't tell anybody because nobody will believe them over the teacher. Nobody knows this. I'm going to tell y'all now. When I was in high school, I was being physically abused by the janitor. The janitor, she would She was a custodian. She would come in the halls, clean up the halls. She would put her hands between my pants. And I told my mom and them, I told my foster mama, they made it aware to the principal, and she was fired. But I got suspended for that because I didn't tell earlier. And I got suspended for that. Because they thought me and the lady was having a sexual arrangement or some shit. And it wasn't. A sexual relationship, and it wasn't. But if I would have stepped up, and that lady would have continued to keep doing that, and she would have tried to rape me or some shit, then I would have had that on my heart. Then I would have, you know what I'm saying, like, I wouldn't have been able to tell nobody years later. And that's what happened. But I stood up. A lot of those kids are being harassed at school. And cannot stand up because of the fear of not knowing that somebody's going to believe them. And you still entrust your kids with the school. We need to open up a dialogue to let our children know that it's okay to tell the truth. It is okay to tell your child to go to school and be able to tell the truth when something's happening and he's not agreeing with it. He didn't agree with someone doing those things to her. All she did was take a picture and a video to show that nobody was wearing the mask. And she was penalized. I don't think it was fair. I think the mother needs to sue. I think the mother needs to immediately take her child out of that school. Because if they're not following the guidelines that every child should have a mask on, or even making it known that every child and every teacher need to have a mask on, and she catches the corona, and she gets sick from it bad, that responsibility is going to be on the parent as well. Because I would have took my child out of that school. That's just me. The next story we're going to get to, ladies and gentlemen, I told you these are going to be rapid fire. I'm not going to take too long on them. This next story we're going to talk about is a young lady who right now America is calling a beautiful soul. And from all accounts, she is a beautiful soul. Her name is Vanessa. And the title is I Am Vanessa. They did a 2020 story on her. This is what pisses me off about our legal system, about our American system. And I'm calling for, like her parent did, I am calling for anyone, not just Spanish people. I'm calling for anyone to not let your child go into the army. This young, beautiful soul was murdered on a military base. She was harassed. She was sexually harassed. And all kind of things happened to this beautiful young girl. And her family wants justice. And I reached out to her family to try to see if I can get a one-on-one interview with them, because I want to spread the story to my audience as well, and other audience who are not familiar with Miss Vanessa. This is what happened to Miss Vanessa in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and watch the last video of what they told what happened to Miss Vanessa. And after me watching it, I don't want to show you guys the full story on here right now, because I really just don't have the time to do it. I really don't. It's about an hour and a half long. I'm going to show you the summary of the story, and you guys can see and get your own idea what happened. But if you would like to watch the full story that 2020 did on this, all you have to go to is my website, or you can go to the link of the description of this video that you're watching right now. At the end of it, And I have every link to the stories that I'm doing today. Or you can just put in I am Vanessa and you can find out the whole story right there. But in this story, this is a summary, the ending of what happened, what finally came out about Miss Vanessa. The people at the army base lied. They didn't protect this young lady. And if I was a parent, I would be outraged. I have one more story to show you guys, and that one is sad as well. It's about an 8-year-old child. That one broke my heart this morning when I saw it. This one did too. Because as a man who wants a child, I want a beautiful little girl. And in today's time, it is hard as hell, man, to protect your kid. Especially when you have entities and places that you send your child and their job is to protect your child. And it's being failed. Check this out, man. You have a sister or a loved one or a child, a daughter. What up, bingo fan? If you have a daughter, this is going to just scar you. Because just knowing this could be your child. This could be your child, man. Let's go.
Vanessa was special. Like, a lot of people tell me, like, I don't know what's with Vanessa about her. Like, her smile just touches me.
Vanessa Guillen was the light of her family.
She's just a joyful person. She's very outgoing. We just had that connection.
One of 6 children, beloved by her siblings and her parents, Rogelio and Gloria. Originally from Mexico, raising their children to pursue the American dream.
La escuela, bien inteligente. Ya empezó que le gustaba el fútbol a partir como de los 11 años. Y la maratón es correr. I always looked up to her since like little. I was always like following her steps.
Even from a young age, one thing was clear. Vanessa's sense of duty to her country.
Ella desde los 10 años soñaba con inscribirse al ejército, a defender su país, su nación.
As soon as she graduated from high school, Vanessa enlisted in the U.S. Army.
And her first training, she didn't even want to come back. She was that happy. Even when she got home, she was like a new person. She was like, her skin was literally glowing.
Porque mi hija venía bella, hermosa, mi hija radiante, feliz.
Vanessa was sent to Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas, one of the Army's largest military installations. She worked as a small arms repair soldier, but soon after she arrived, her family said they noticed a change.
Su cara le cambió, y como su rostro, muy triste.
Sí.
Se fija cuando
She
yo...
looks more sad, ¿sí? Más triste.
Sí, sí, porque ya tenía como un mes en Fort Hood.
She was not happy at Fort Hood. No estaba alegre.
No. ¿Estabas bien? ¿Por qué estás así? Dice, no, mami, estoy bien.
She would try to tell me that she didn't want to be at Fort Hood. I remember this one time she said, I don't like it here. And I hope one day you understand. On the 22nd, I find out that she's not replying at all. No phone calls, they go straight to voicemail. So I was like, well, let me message her, maybe the messages go through. And nothing.
There's a 4 p.m. accountability check. Vanessa doesn't check in. And that's unusual. And so the unit starts looking for her.
They told me that her keys, her car, her military ID, her license, credit, debit cards were there. She would never leave her stuff behind.
After trying to reach Vanessa for hours, her sister Myra takes action, driving 3 hours from the family's home in Houston to Fort Hood.
I thought maybe she had an accident, like we have to look for her.
She says she arrives in the middle of the night and calls the staff sergeant. She says he tells her to come back in the morning.
Yeah, I got it.
On the 23rd, the military police were contacted.
Major General Donna Martin is the head of CID, the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Division.
We wanted to make sure she wasn't hurt. And so when that search came back without any results, then that's when CID is notified.
I texted my other sister and I was like, what's going on? She like, we think Vanessa's missing. And I'm like, how can she go missing on a military base? That's ridiculous. Go find her. You better find her.
The meetings with CID were useless. There was no new information.
Like
We gave
too.
them literally every single thing that they asked for, and for them not to give us an answer was like, the problem is inside.
As a mother myself, there's not enough you could tell me. I would want to know everything, and we can't tell everything. We have to maintain the integrity of the investigation.
Gloria recalls a conversation she had with her daughter months before she went missing.
A mí me está acosando sexualmente un sargento. Le dije, no, mija, es que eso no puede ser, mija. ¿Cómo a ese grado? Dijo, sí, mami, y se le salieron sus lagrimitas así. Dame el nombre. Y yo voy. Yo lo acuso a ese miserable. Yo lo acuso. No, mami, te puede hacer daño.
Her mother kept the conversation private at the time, but Vanessa's sisters became the public face of the family, protesting outside of Fort Hood.
We started protesting every Friday.
What do we want? Inside, the Army begins to piece together Vanessa's last known whereabouts.
We know that Vanessa reported to her workstation, which was in the motor pool. And then we know that she came to that arms room where she did leave behind her bank card, her ID card, and the keys to her barracks room and her car. And then she went to the next arms room, the second arms room. And that is where we believe she came into contact with Specialist Robinson. We believe that Specialist Robinson was the last person to see her.
Specialist Aaron Robinson joined the Army in 2018 and was deployed to Iraq for 7 months. When interviewed by investigators, he says on the day Vanessa disappeared, he finished work and then went to his off-post residence to spend the night with his girlfriend. According to investigators, his girlfriend, Cicely Aguilar, backs up his alibi. Investigators speak to witnesses who say that on the day of Vanessa's disappearance, they saw Robinson coming out of his arms room, pulling a large, heavy case.
So all of these leads lead us back to Specialist Robinson. We're interviewing other people in the unit as well to find out, was there a relationship between Vanessa and Specialist Robinson that we didn't know about, and there was none.
Soon, Vanessa's disappearance begins to be reported on Spanish language media, where Vanessa's mother, Gloria, spoke publicly about the alleged sexual harassment.
Estoy siendo acosada por un sargento. Pero ¿cómo acosada sexualmente? ¿Sabe que no, ella, mi hija no me dijo un nombre, ¿verdad? Pero yo le supliqué tanto a la amiga de mi Vanessa y sí, dijo, ok, hay un nombre, dice, Robinson.
Family attorney Natalie Kwong told us today she's uncovered at least 2 incidents of sexual harassment. The military says they've received no credible information about those allegations.
The story starts to go viral. The Army launches an investigation into those sexual harassment allegations, but they're also trying to handle the criticism regarding the handling of the investigation.
Vanessa's family keeps up their pressure on the leadership at Fort Hood, demanding answers about the investigation.
They finally admitted that foul play was involved.
Viva la quiero porque mi hija entró viva. Porque si Dios no la quiera, mi hija aparece muerta, cierra esta base.
The story explodes into the news cycle. The Army suspects foul play now.
When we come back, Vanessa's family continues their desperate search for their daughter. And we go to the Pentagon to get answers. Mr. Secretary, what?
So, ladies and gentlemen, on this video, what happened was this young lady was basically raped in some sort by a young gentleman
2020 has been the year of the unthinkable. So Wells Fargo
on the base. He actually killed himself. Him and his girlfriend lied to try to protect him. He actually killed himself a couple of weeks ago when a story broke. And she got her justice. The family's getting justice for her. But I want to ask you guys, because of the story, it broke so much, man, and it fucked with everybody when it came out. This young girl was murdered on an army base where people were sworn to protect her, and they didn't protect her. And I want to talk to you guys about that, because our kids is all we have in this world. And we have to protect our kids at all costs. And I want you guys to know that if you have someone, a kid of yours, who's out there in a school or in any of these entities, and they're not being protected, it is up to you to make sure your kid is being protected as well. With that being said, I have a friend of mine who would like to come on. She's going to call tonight. I'm going to do a special video tonight where she can call in and talk to you guys about what she is doing to protect her child, the steps that she's doing. She actually got a law passed in Detroit that her child, because her child does go to a gifted school where they don't have any problems with fights or anything like that, she got a law passed that her child can bring a cell phone to school, and anything happens with her child, she gets contact with her child that way. She gets a phone call with her mom during lunch break. She can call her mom and tell her mom anything that's happening, and the teachers are all on board with it. So I'm going to let you guys know what's the name of the law. She's going to tell you guys about that, but we're going to do that in a little bit. We're going to do that tonight. Hopefully you guys can come back and join that show. Please check out this video. Check out everything that we put on the website. I got something else I got to do in a couple of minutes, but go ahead and check that out. I want you guys to do that. Thank you guys for who did show up. I told you this guys was going to be very short. And in this video, I just got an email from the mother of Miss Vanessa. She has agreed to come on as well and talk to me, and she wants to tell the rest of the story. So I'm going to cut it off now, and I'm not going to give you guys the rest of the content of what happened. I want her to tell you guys out of her own mouth what actually happened. So that will happen in a couple of days. As far as everything else with this website, with this story, you can go to the bottom of the channel and check out all the links of what happened to her if you would like to watch the full video of what 2020 did on it, the story that they did on it. Thank you guys for coming. I am the Listen Doctor Radio. I'll check you guys out in a minute. It was very, very disturbing and very, very hard what happened to the young lady. Her body was buried in a woods. And the guy who did it actually killed himself after they walked up to his house and he couldn't take it no more. He killed himself, and then his girlfriend is being arraigned and charged with connection of hiding. Both of them buried her. So I want you guys to finish watching this story. I think it's really, really important for people who have kids out there who really want answers and to know what's going on. I say protect your child at all costs, man. Protect your child at all costs. Thank you guys for coming. To the people who watches this on a replay, I love you guys. If you want to see the whole video in entirety that 2020 did, go to the link at the bottom of this video. You'll be able to see it right there. I'm going to put the full link up there right now so you guys will be able to see the full story on what happened with this young lady. And it's just hard, man. It's just sad that so many people right now are not even in control of what's going on with their kids. And it's up to us to protect our kids. Schools cannot do it alone. It is up to the parents to protect your child. And how you protect your child is telling your child, showing your child how to protect herself in today's society. What up, Playboy? How to protect your child, how to protect yourself in today's society. Because the world is against a lot of people. And namely, people of color, people who have special gifts and special things about themselves. People want to attack you in so many ways. And I want you guys to be prepared, because the world will come at you in so many ways, man, that it's really, really hard. So I want you guys to check this story out. Please feel free to hit the links, follow it, and let everybody know what happened. Share the story. And if you made it this far to the show, please make yourself a better person, a better human being, and a better person to your loved ones and family. Go ahead and hit that follow button right now. Share the broadcast on all social media platforms. Please, man, I need y'all to do that. For the people that's on my BIGO, when y'all are live and you see me live, just don't share it to people on here. Share it to your Facebook. Let people know who you watching, and just don't share it. Say what it is. Say what I'm talking about. Say the doctor's talking about a story that's a very, very heartbreaking story. Go check him out. Please. He's a good guy. Make people know that you want somebody to see me, because if it's like a favorite TV show, my favorite TV show right now is Power. I'm going to hype it up. I'm going to tell you about it so you can go watch it. Make people know that, man. Anybody that's on YouTube, do the same thing. I need you guys to do that. I'm trying to grow my channel to a bigger level. So I need you guys to do that, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming. And I'm out, man. Y'all have a good day.